10 seconds remaining.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Next Game Invitational. We have First Departure going up against RRQ in a best-of-3, and this is from the separate portion of the bracket, so they're not going to run into the previous sets of games, of players rather, anytime soon, but still should be a pretty good one. Haven't seen either of these two teams in a very, very long time, especially RRQ, who have been kind of quiet since MPGL, I think, so we'll see if they're still up to snuff. I have no idea if this is their official roster or not, because these are not their official names. No ticket, which makes it a little bit difficult, but still, hopefully they have their full power here. Mikelorus is going to be joined by Danelie for this second match. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am ready, and I can actually see if I can confirm which one is Koala for you, because I have my friends list. Yay! Hang on, I'll see if I can find it for you.
It's probably not the one that's called Panda, because that is
probably not
wrong. You can't be Koala and Panda.
So it's gonna be the person with the picture of the two dogs with sunglasses.
Retard Mon. Quite a flattering name. But quite a sweet icon. It's yeah, always really nice. But we're gonna have a pretty weird start to this draft already with Spiritbreaker Ancient Apparition as the first picks for FD. Spiritbreaker is the first pick. I think that's a pretty reasonable one. It's a form of initiation, perhaps a little bit slow sometimes, but most of the time gets the job done. Ancient Apparition being picked up super early. I don't really see the upside here. I think you could usually get it 4th, even 5th pick.
It might be a situational ban for RRQ, just because if you pick a Spirit Breaker, that means that any sort of global presence, you'd want to ban that from a Spirit Breaker. Because think about it, you have a Spirit Breaker initiation, then you have whatever heroes in that lane, plus you have an Ancient Apparition who's going to follow up with the Ice Blast, and any hero should typically shatter to that. So you'd want to get rid of things like maybe Ancient Apparition, maybe even Ancient Prophet if you really want to. Zeus as well, yep, definitely Zeus too. So any global presence, you want to get rid of it. But I think with the Ancient Apparition picked up, you wouldn't really see any other global strat unless maybe we get a Wisp pickup, but we hardly see that in Southeast Asia. And I don't even think First Departure plays it, but instead they're going to go for Storm Spirit. It's good enough for me.
Not necessarily global, but still a lot of range, and Zeus is actually going to be banned out, so seems like FD do have plans on increasing their range. And then a Bounty Hunter picked up from RRQ. Oh, I really don't like that. I mean, I love Bounty Hunter as the hero, as the concept even. Like, I think this is pretty sweet. Perhaps a little bit too strong with that track. You should nerf the cooldown of that. But right now, Bounty Hunter, like, he will, let's say even if he does get a quick level 6, whenever you throw track, you reveal yourself. And whenever there's an enemy Storm Spirit or Spirit Breaker on the other end, you will most likely be jumped. And since there's both of them on the other end, the chances of him being jumped are that much higher. So the downside here for the Bounty Hunter is significant. He won't really be able to sneak around very safely with the Storm Spirit and Spirit Breaker always being on the watch.
Yeah, that's definitely a viable thing about the Bounty Hunter. What I'm curious about is, how does First Departure want to run their draft? Are they just going to go for the, you can say, multi-map ganking, where, for example, you have the Spirit Breaker and Ancient Apparition ganking one side of the map, and they have the Storm Spirit plus one ganking another side of the map? Are they going to go for the Bum Rush Tower strategy after a couple of ganks? Because one weakness of running it, oh my god, they go for all blue, but one weakness of the Bounty Hunter is if there's any sort of team fight happening, Bounty Hunter cannot do anything in team fight unless he wants to just go for one track kill and probably die. Because Bounty Hunter as a hero, you want to take him out as soon as possible, because if he survives and gives track kills to his allies, even if the engagement is even, obviously the team with the Bounty Hunter is going to get more. But First Departure, this feels like the split push, split fight, split everything strategy. Oh my god.
You know, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, First Departure, I love Miracle's play, it's so amazing. But they kind of forget that they do shit like this. Like, this is not as completely global as you can possibly get, but still, the effective range of all these heroes is very high. The split push, as you said, is going to be really hard for RRQ to actually deal with. They need CC right now, and another downside of picking up a Bounty Hunter as a roaming 4-position support hero is that he offers nothing in the way of crowd control. RRQ need so much right now. To deal with the Morphling, to deal with the Storm Spirit, you already need CC. Just, pick up Lion right now. I feel like that's more or less non-negotiable. I really like the Disruptor ban from First Departure. Obviously, with this much mobility, you really don't want to waste all that mobility by being glimpsed back. But this strategy for First Departure it's cute, and right now they're well positioned with these heroes. But as a strategy, I'm not sure it's really a legitimate tactic. Like Morphling right now is not exactly the strongest hero, and Ancient Apparition is still being picked up rather early into a lineup that can blow him up super quick. So I don't know. This is going to be an interesting game to say the least.
Interesting. Well, it's nice to have an interesting game one in a best of 3 series. Like, come on, who likes us to have one of those interesting games? But still, first departure, they've got their semi-global split push ganking strat. What would be a nice way to finalize their draft? This could be a position 3 Spirit Breaker, could be position 4 Spirit Breaker. They could really do anything with this. Do you feel that first departure needs more damage? Do they need more lockdown? Do they need split push?
I think they just need a little bit more lane control. Like the Morphling and Storm Spirit are, though technically ranged heroes, kind of low range, and now with the Clinks on the pickup for RRQ, the lanes are looking pretty safe for RRQ. First departure, if they get, I think it's probably gonna have to be another support hero, someone just with the ability to poke. It's probably going to be the most immobile of all of them and the least global hero as their last pick. But if they just get this Morphling a little bit of protection, get the Storm Spirit, at least a hero that's capable of rotating in with the Ancient Apparition and getting those kills, then that is going to be super useful for them. This Clinks pick from RRQ, though it is very good in lane, and we might see that in this particular game, he suffers from the same problems as Bounty Hunter. If he's spotted out, he needs to get out of there really quickly with the Skeleton Walk. And First Departure will already be holding detection because there's a Bounty Hunter in the game. So Clinks is super fragile and may just end up insta-dying to the likes of a Spirit Breaker charge.
10 seconds remaining.
I really want a Lion for First Departure. I feel like a Lion would be a really nice way to finalize their draft. They have another way to initiate aside from the Storm Spirit and the Spirit Breaker. It's going to be more disable, and that also gives them a little bit of extra killing potential without having to involve the Storm Spirit and Morphling. Oh my god, did they really pick the Wisp? I don't know why. I had this Wisp feeling in the back of my mind, but my god.
Because blue.
Blue. Oh my god.
Subliminal messaging. They're like, we're gonna pick blue heroes, and you picked up on it. They're in your mind right now. There's no like. This is the exact opposite of what I was talking about. This is the exact opposit of a lane controller. This hero is really bad versus the likes of Clinks and Bounty Hunter and Queen of Pain, who again have so much burst damage. And there's the Lion pick from RRQ, really safe one for them. So I like the last pick from RRQ. I do not like the IO pick for the intentions of First Departure winning this game, but for the purposes of First Departure having a freaking awesome draft, this IO is aces in my book. I love it.
It doesn't make sense, honestly. You look at First Departure's icon, and it's red, orange, yellow, and fiery, and then you look at their draft, it's just cold, blue, and icy. My god.
And then Spirit Breaker.
And then Spirit Breaker. Koala has picked up Bounty Hunter, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he plays off lane. I thought he played mid or safe lane. I could be wrong.
I don't even know who is who right now. If there might be a stand-in situation.
Retard one was Koala. I know Boo Boo. He's actually on my friends list. He predominantly plays support. I don't know the other guys though. So.
Yeah, and guys, this is not on the ticket, so there is like not as much enforcement, I guess, for official names. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult for us to keep track of who's exactly who. So you guys are just going to have to bear with us for that one. But again, the IO pickup is a significant downside for First Departure. This is how you get fans, right? This is how you get a whole bunch of loyal followers, by doing shit like this and then winning with it. So, man, I'm already a First Departure fan after this draft. And I appreciated their play beforehand, but I wouldn't exactly call myself a fan of their play. But after this, if they could win with this, then my god, I love it. On their First Departure side, not really sure how many of these players are actually real players. Not sure how many are stand-ins. We got Miracle playing the Morphling. Ponlo, he's officially tagged up as the IO. And that leaves Lubby on the Ancient Apparition. Achin, I think, might just be his name. I'm not sure. And 456 is, I'm pretty sure, also an official member of First Departure, but though I'm not sure which one.
That's a bit of a shame. So on the side of RRQ, playing with fire, we have Koala playing on the Bounty Hunter. That's probably the only player, aside from one more, that I know on the side of RRQ. Down towards the bottom section of the river. Oh god, how am I going to pronounce this one? So we have Boo Boo playing on the Lion. We have 2 playing on the Queen of Pain. Do I just call the Darkseer?
I think it's Darkseer. I think it's called Darkseer. That's how it's pronounced. Miracle is gonna get in there. He wants this bounty rune, but he doesn't have that much HP. Now gonna start to strength work, gonna try to go for Boo Boo. He's hitting really hard. Ponlo's gonna draw first blood, and now Ponlo may lose his life. They also take down the Morphling and a 2-kill for RRQ. The IO getting the first blood is gonna get him his bottle. So I guess that's kind of nice. Who actually grabbed the top bounty rune? It's gonna be the Clinks to win out in that race. So yeah, first departure, getting into a super early fight with the Morphling having like 400 HP. Not exactly what you want to be doing, yet it kind of worked out for them. I think the exchange was, for the most part, fairly even, but these lanes are not the lanes that I was really expecting. IO Morphling dual lane, pretty much impossible to kill off a Queen of Pain here, but probably safe enough to keep Miracle alive while at the same time getting him some farm.
I actually think Miracle should be fine up against Queen of Pain. He's going to have the Wisp every now and again just to give him some bottle charges and all that. So even though typically Queen of Pain wins those one-on-one matchups, Miracle should be fine. He's well practiced on the Morphling. He plays the hero a lot, so he should, I repeat, he should be okay, but doesn't mean he will be. Down towards the bottom section, we have Lubby, who's receiving a lot of hate by the Bounty Hunter and the Darkseer, and it looks like he's going to be slowed up there by the Storm Spirit, which is going to keep him alive, and actually, Bounty Hunter's going to go down instead, so kind of misjudging the amount of damage output from the side of Best Departure, so nice pickup there for our Radiant side.
You gotta remember, all the time when you're fighting up against an H Apparition, Chilling Touch has a really long cooldown, but it hurts so hard, and also Static Remnant, as a skill, like, there are no level 1 skills that, level 1 basic skills that should be doing 140 damage. Of course, the downside is that it's very hard to land, but should it land, it hurts like hell, and he's gonna try to go for the Darkseer now. No pull just yet, but over towards mid, well, should be fine indeed. Gonna get a Queen of Pain kill. Again, that should not be happening. Not really sure what happened with that. Maybe they just got into a fist fight and Miracle got bailed out by the IO. Now here comes Retard Mon, but he can't get a kill on Miracle. He's going to tap him once. We even saw that one coming with the Sentry, so it is just going to be a couple kills for first departure. This bottom lane, kind of an awkward lane, kind of a weak lane versus the Darkseer, but if they, you know, feed the Storm Spirit just a little bit, then faster level 6 is going to be incoming, and Lubby will be eventually able to just, you know, handle the pulls and the stacks in the jungle.
This really sucks as a support, especially when you're playing something like an Ancient Apparition. Just to be chased up by a Bounty Hunter all the time, it's a really rough life. You know, you can't be by yourself anymore. You have to be very cautious. And Koala just doing what Bounty Hunter should be doing, just being super annoying. He's not really doing that much though. He's just kind of roaming around and just being a bit of a nuisance, but that's about it. He's not disrupting pulls, he's not killing anyone. He might kill Lubby in the process, so look how much damage he's doing just because of the Darkseer Ion Shell. Easy pick up there for RRQ, and what can Alchin do?
Nothing, especially at this amount of HP. He's going to grab his bottle, which is going to help him sustain this, but the Ancient Apparition, though his offensive power is insane, his defensive power is pretty much non-existent. I just checked it out. I'm pretty sure 456 is Poloson, so that is probably just going to be that, although, you know, that's, I guess, kind of inconvenient for us, because we have to remember. But either way, Ancient Apparition going to get dropped down towards bottom, and Bounty Hunter getting involved with that kill. He has the Ion Shell shenanigans working pretty much overtime right now. He's level 3 at 3 minutes in for a roaming Bounty Hunter is actually super, super high. Having 2 kills of his to his name certainly does help, but man, this Bounty Hunter is well on his way to track. Over towards mid, Miracle going to get into a fight with this Queen of Pain and do a lot of damage. No blink from the Quap, but she's going to take the last hits regardless, the right clicks regardless from the Morphling. But the real problem for First Departure is up towards top, where this Clinks is getting absolute free farm. The Spirit Breaker cannot do anything to stop him.
Well, this is what happens when you run a Spirit Breaker in the off lane. What do you really expect him to do, aside from just go for the Charge of Darkness every now and again into other lanes? Is he retaining? Yeah, he's actually holding on to... No, he's put 2 points into Greater Bash.
Middle tower is under attack.
He really wants those bashes, I guess. Is it standard for Spirit Breakers to put 2 points into Bash 3?
It's kind of like a personal preference flavor type thing. I've seen people go, you know, 2-0-1. I've seen players go 1-1-1 and then 1-0-2, so... yeah, it is looking like he's going to want to get a little bit more Greater Bash. I think the differences in the skills, in the skill builds, rather minimal, although he's going to be pretty happy that he has the prioritized Greater Bash with the Haste Rune, because it does do a lot of extra damage if he's able to find someone. He's not going to go towards the line right now, but he is going to steal a little bit of experience away in the form of this Creep Wave. So, yeah, he will be getting a little bit. Ideally for Spirit Breaker, you shouldn't have any sort of impact with this type of skill build because you want to get enough experience to make it so that your skill build at level 3 is irrelevant. You want to have a real skill build at like level 6. And we'll see what he actually wants to get by that stage. He might just end up with a Charge of Darkness build after all.
So we'll have to see. But for the moment, we have Archin down the bottom lane on the Storm Spirit, doing pretty well. Even though Lobby on the Ancient Apparition has received quite a bit of hate, it's still looking okay here for Archin on the Storm Spirit. He's farming very well. Mid lane, it's looking pretty good for Miracle. He's not being harassed out by the Queen of Pain at all. He's actually leading by 10 CS, 10 CS difference between him and the Queen of Pain. So very unfortunate there for Quap. Two's going to have to go for rotations to make up for the fact that he's not doing very well in this lane. And I'm surprised that no one on RRQ is going for any sort of rotation to help out Two as well. Because you're running a mid Queen of Pain who's supposed to be providing momentum for your team. But if your Queen of Pain is behind a farming position 1 hero, you know you're not in a good spot.
Well, she might find an opportunity right now as she is going to potentially run into Lubby, who's going to scout the high ground, see the Queen of Pain, and slowly slip away. So safely getting out of that situation. Queen of Pain making no aggressive move, although with Retardmon coming in, Achin, who I'm being told is Palasan, who knows at this point, is going to be in a lot of trouble. Barlighting away, doesn't have a ton of mana. Blink forward, Scream. Super easy kill on the Storm Spirit. And she's even looking for a little bit more. Does she know where Lubby went? With the Illusion Rune, they will get a pretty good spread of vision. Darks here, thinking about coming in. Lubby needs some help, like right now. I think he was not spotted there because of the nighttime vision, but the Queen of Pain illusion will check out behind the tower. Still see nobody. Lubby's sneaking around, and he might be just fine, although he's now being pinged out. This creep wave is going to start taking the tower. Okay, here we go. How sick are Lubby's jukes? So sick, man. Just don't move.
Oh, he's got tankers.
Dig. Oh,
Dig.
there he is.
No.
Should have dug further. He's dead now. Who's going to get the last hit? Bounty Hunter with the Shuriken. He's almost level 6 and it's only 7 minutes in. This is one of the most farmed, most highest levels bounty hunter that I've ever seen.
Well, good news for RRQ because it means that they're going to have to track really early and they're also going to be able to have him constantly run around because he went for Arcane too. Oh, Arcane.
Spike Hex, super easy kill. I don't know why you're walking around the enemy jungle at that low HP, but sure, RRQ going to get yet another free one. And First Departure's lack of lane control is really starting to show itself right now. Like, the Spirit Breaker is not doing a ton up in this top lane. Bottom lane had a nice opportunity to get a couple of kills, and they did, but that's about all they can get given the circumstances of just an Ancient Apparition and Storm Spirit lane. And RRQ are starting to pull away with the early game. Now that the Queen of Pain has grabbed a kill, now that the Bounty Hunter is closing on level 6, it's looking even worse for First Departure come mid-game, especially if Miracle gets dropped right now. Here comes the instant kill. Shuriken, no, Retardmon's instead going to ward. Is he still spotted? Miracle is going to get away to the fountain. He'll be just fine, but maybe not the IO. He'll get picked off in the Morphling instead. And now the stack is spotted. Plus, the Spirit Breaker is seen as well. Blink forward, Scream, Dagger, Sonic Wave available. Nether Strike, though, will be returned as Miracle. Trying to get the kill with the right clicks. Waveform in, will kill off the Queen of Pain. But the Spirit Breaker is tracked up. Has a charge, will connect onto Retardmon. That's going to get them a kill. But a spike now onto Achin. Clinks is here, ball ending away. Should keep Achin safe as Miracle still wants to get into this fight. No Waveform, though. Gets hexed up. Still trying to strength morph it out. And now with Ponlo returning, he's going to Waveform forward. That will not connect, however. Shuriken bouncing through. Miracle's going to get dropped pretty low. Retardmon thinking about going in, but should not want to go in. Ultimately, for First Departure, it's not a terrible fight, all things considered.
That was a very messy fight. And I was watching the way Miracle plays, and normally in a pub, Morphlings would just back up. But he knew his stuff. He knows his Morphling, and you could tell that the moment he got latched on by the Wisp, he just said, okay, just go. I trusted you. I know you can keep me alive. So the trust is there between him and Ponlo, and this is what I love about watching a Wisp plus carry player, because you just see the teamwork between those two alone. The skill cap between a Wisp and a carry player, it's really fun to watch, especially as an observer.
Radiant's top tower.
Well, right now, the IO is only level 4 at this stage, so even though he is able to provide that healing, to provide that mana, he isn't able to provide that global skill that he really wants to for his team. Up towards top, charges can connect onto Panda, and the zip in from Achin. They're right on top of this Clinks. They get a Lucky Bash as well as another strike. That'll guarantee the kill. That's a super dead Clinks, and Spirit Breaker now, he's going to grab a kill off of that one. So he's level 7 at this stage, has decided to max out the Greater Bash. And, well, it's clearly working out for him, at least for right now. Might be going for Power Treads, although a Hand of Midas and Spirit Breaker would not go amiss either. Bottom lane, it will be Lovely to grab level 6 now, so the artillery is up from the Ancient Apparition. Miracle, though, over in mid, is going to get hexed, is going to get spiked. Sonic Wave being held, Finger of Death, not even going to burst him down, going to turn things around even, going for a Boo Boo with the help of Ponlo right now. They will not take the Lion Kill, but Miracle just ate 2 super high damage ultimates, and he's going to walk away. Grab the rune right now, deny it at least for the Queen of Pain. They will take down the Io Shuriken bounce, still won't kill off Miracle. He doesn't have any more strength to possibly morph, but he will TP out of there. He'll be just fine. Charge coming in super slowly from the Spirit Breaker will still connect. There is no Nether Strike, so he's going to need a lot of bashes to get this kill. Ice Blast will fly overhead, though will miss. The Storm Spirit, though, is going to intercept the Queen of Pain. Doesn't have a ton of mana. Clinks is right there. Will try to go for the kill. Will fail, as Panda's in the right place at the right time with maxed out Searing Arrows, of course, and Storm does not have enough survivability to tank that. So it is RRQ. Take down the Io, take down the Storm Spirit, but they don't kill off Miracle's Morphling. This guy just refuses to die.
Was that the second time in the row that the Storm Spirit tries to go into the backlines to clean up and just gets cleaned up himself? Or was that the first time? I felt like the second time. That was very unfortunate there for Storm Spirit. He's trying to help his team out, but he just doesn't provide enough damage by himself to really get those kills quick enough. So if he had a little bit more damage, then he would be able to actually do that, survive, and actually get gold out of it. But it's hurting him that he's dying trying to go for those kills.
It's also hurting the fact that, Ponlo, though he is keeping Morphling alive, which is the Io's job, he ideally wants to stay alive himself, and he's been dying to track at that. This Bounty Hunter is incredibly farmed at this stage, like 11 minutes in, and most Bounty Hunters, or a good portion of Bounty Hunters, still won't even be level 6 yet, but instead he's level 7, pushing level 8, with Arc Boots, Urn, and Orb of Venom all at the ready. This guy is going to accelerate his team and then some. In First Departure, they still have yet to kick into gear with this Io and their global strategy, though the skills are coming up in the form of Ice Blast, in the form of Replicate Mobility from the Morphling. It's just not comparable to what RRQ are working with right now. They need to get a couple more picks. They need to get this Io to survive. They need to also limit the losses to track, because right now the mech is up on the Darkseer. Queen of Pain, what's her farm looking like? Actually kind of low.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Or you gotta remember though, the Queen of Pain did not have the best time in the mid lane up against Miracle. So he's just pretty much trying to come back from kills. He's just not farming that well at all.
Well, maybe he could get some sort of item build going. Null Talisman Bracer. Unfortunately, if you get a Wraith Band, that doesn't actually build into anything, although I definitely think it should. He's just going to go for a little bit of stat items right now. Probably just an Aghanim Scepter for him just to keep that uptime. We do have Panda on the roam right now with a track onto the Storm Spirit. They know exactly where him and the Io are, and they're going to catch the Storm Spirit. He's going to try to jungle while being tracked. Suddenly Clinks. He's going to get out of there with the ball landing. Charges coming in on the Darkseer. They get another track right now onto Ponlo. Shuriken will bounce through 2. Ice Blast is going to come in. Going to connect onto 3, but the Sonic Wave flies through first. They get right on top of the Darkseer. Mech will not keep him alive. They trade 1 for 1, but with the track, it'll favor RRQ. It looks like everyone else should back off. Where's the Morphling right now? He's on bottom lane just farming it up. So it's an even trade numerically, but with the tracks, it's not. Now we have a TP coming in from Miracle. He's going to see Boo Boo, get spiked immediately, however, needs to strength morph right away. Finger of Death is available. He will not get hit by it just yet. And it looks like Miracle is going to arrive, should force away everyone else from RRQ out of here, but you really can't afford to trade 1 versus 1 with the Bounty Hunter. That's just not going to work out for the side without Bounty.
I'm not sure if it was intentional. I was watching Archin just now. He had one illusion with him. He microed the illusion, and Kovala thought it was the real thing, so he tracked the illusion.
That was actually, it's Morphling's replicate, so...
Oh, Morphling replicate.
It has some value having this track, so you know where Morphling is and can be.
Does he know it's a Morphling illusion, though? No,
he probably should.
I think he would by now.
I think it's pretty clear at this point. Well, Achin, he's going to ball any in. He's going for some farm, but suddenly there's a million Invis heroes. He's going to get tracked up, and he can't really afford to go on the aggressive right now. Ooh, Static Remnant not being connected with that Bounty Hunter. Well played by him, playing a little bit slippery, but yeah, the Storm Spirit really is struggling right now. He has a Soul Ring, Power Treads, and that's it. Really doesn't have a ton, even when compared to the Queen of Pain, who doesn't have a lot either. At least Queen of Pain now has a point booster.
So 14 minutes into the game, Queen of Pain has a point booster. It's not looking too bad. This is probably going to be a 25-minute Aghanim Scepter, more or less, depending on whether he's going to get more farm from the jungle. The jungle has been either preoccupied by someone else on the side of RRQ, or Queen of Pain's just been trying to find kills elsewhere. But this farm for the Queen of Pain, it's really, really been slow. They haven't done anything to help the Queen of Pain farm. No stacks, no, I guess you can't even farm Asians with the Queen of Pain, so stacks would have been the best thing for it, but I guess they have their priorities elsewhere, really.
Well, right now we have relocate down towards bottom lane where they have eyes on the bounty hunter. Nether Strike gonna connect, which will blow him up. Actually, Morphling somehow with the waveform gonna grab that kill, and he's gonna go straight for the Eye of Scotty. However, this is gonna put them in a sticky situation once they arrive back, because there's both of them here, vacuum back into a no wall. Sonic Wave is instead gonna be used. Miracle is gonna survive, albeit barely. Option's gonna jump right in, trying to go for the Darkseer, but he has to jump out. Waveform, Ice Blast, that should shatter the Darkseer, especially with the tower shots that are following him home. So it should be a kill as the Spirit Breaker changes direction into a creep. Unfortunately, not the Queen of Pain. It's still gonna be a 2-for-1. The IO does drop, but Miracle is getting kills and still refusing to die. He's going straight for a Scotty, which is a fine item for the Storm Spirit, for the Morphling rather. My God, Storm Spirit, that's someone else. Fine item for the Morphling, and if he gets it this quickly, given his amount of farm, then that is going to make it so that RRQ really struggle to kill him off. They've already been having problems, but it's going to get even worse as the items come up on the Morphling.
It's not just to kill him off, but he will be incredibly tanky with the Scotty, no doubt about it, but it also means that because Miracle plays so aggressively, the slows from the right clicks is really going to hurt RRQ, because it means that they're not going to be able to back out whenever they want to. Yes, they have Blink, and yes, they have the Surge, but for those other heroes that do not have an escape mechanism, they're going to be easy pickings for Miracle and that Morphling. So this is going to be a very scary Morphling very shortly. How is RRQ going to respond to this? Do they try and get kills elsewhere? Do they still try and kill Morphling? Are they going to try and go for some split push? Because Clinks, you can do that with the Clinks. You can just split push and you chew through those towers. Pawn low. No, Pawn low. Oh, it does actually get spotted. No, never mind. He does get spotted, and Panda just going to go right after Pawn low. 3 hits, and that's going to be the end of that Wisp. And Archun, he went with the zip, but no detection. So unfortunately not able to go after Panda.
Towards top, Miracle's going to take a lot of damage, but he will be just fine. The Spirit Breaker running away from the Darkseer right now. Ancient Apparition going to make his presence be known. They drop the wall. Spirit Breaker going to stop for a CS and then charge away. Wall will not kill him off. Neutrals might if he's not careful. They will prep the Storm Spirit, jump in, going straight for the Darkseer. Do they have a pull? They do. It's level 3 as well. A lot of damage going to this Darkseer right now. He'll try to get into the trees. That won't work out. Storm Spirit does just enough damage to take the kill. They will get away. 1 kill richer, and Spirit Breaker does survive. Double Midas is suddenly up on the first departure side as Lovey grabs his with the Spirit Breaker as well. So they're going to stall this out for the late game stages. And it looks like it's a definite possibility. Relocate down towards bottom where 2 is going to get into a fight. Is charged, so she's essentially tracked. Or at least her movement is being tracked. Ice Ball is coming in, but the Spirit Breaker is going to charge on forward. Nether Strike is still available. He'll deploy it immediately. Needs a Lucky Bash to get this kill. Not going to happen. A quick blink out and Queen of Pain is going to survive. Relocate, not going to do that much. It's going to return the IO back into the mid lane where there's a whole mess of heroes. Panda going to try to go for Miracle with the Desolator. Does quite a bit of damage, but not quite enough. And, well, this Clinks right now is so dangerous, but they do have a charge on the Clinks. The weakness of the Clinks and Bounty Hunter versus Spirit Breaker, as I mentioned before. Charge is going to connect. Dust is there. They need a bash. They get one. Need another. Need like 2 or 3 more, actually. But here comes Miracle. They actually are going to go for the Darkseer. Hanlo's in a little bit of trouble first. Going to try to tether away. Will fail. And now Morphling's also in a bad situation. Gets hexed up. Gets brought down. As Panda draws a mega kill. This Clinks is doing so much damage with this Desolator.
That's a freshly picked up Desolator as well. So with this Desolator on the field, nobody is safe on the side of First Departure. They're all going to melt very quickly, and all the heroes on the side of RRQ are going to benefit from this as well. You've got 3 heroes that are going to right-click really hard. Then you have Darkseer illusions that are also going to be a problem too. So First Departure, they're going to have a lot of trouble with this Panda. This is a very scary Panda.
And Clinks at this stage, like, now that he has the Desolator, he might even consider going back into the Orchid. The upside up against a Morphling, a Storm, and a Spirit Breaker is certainly there. He'll have the damage, he'll then have the utility to get these kills. Alternatively, it's not uncommon to see Clinks just go Sheep Stick, or, I mean, it's kind of uncommon, but it's possible for a Sheep Stick to be picked up as the next item for the Clinks. We have Relocate in, they spotted Retard Mod. Ice Blast gonna connect, Waveform will get the kill, and they also see Boo Boo. He has a Blink Dagger, so he should be just fine, although his own illusion being created by the Morphling, gonna cancel that blink 3 times. Now the IO gonna cancel it a couple more times, charge through with the right clicks. Miracle gonna waveform through, grab a double kill, and now here comes the Darkseer. But I don't know if there are any possible kills here. Miracle can just replicate out. Eventually the Spirit Breaker can just charge out in just 1 second. He'll be just fine to do so over towards mid. Or you might even want to fight. No, he's just going to book it. Vacuum, going to pull him out of it. He's going to straight TP afterwards. Sonic Wave, going to be deployed, connecting out to Miracle as well. But he'll get straight back to his own side of the map. He'll be just fine. In the meantime, we have a courier booking it away from Panda. Got hit once and is now in a bad position. This is holding a completed Scotty, I believe, for the Morphling it is, and it will be delivered successfully. So Panda's still on the hunt. Going for Miracle, perhaps. There's no wave for him. Miracle going to try to Strength Morph and just race Panda, but he can't quite do it. Panda actually going to make the super conservative play and actually back out. He could have gotten that kill, but he just didn't know who was right around the corner. Up towards top, Achin. He took down the top tier 1. Has to worry about a bounty and a Darkseer. There's the blink forward. There's a Finger of Death and a Hex. Achin is so dead. That's a really dead Storm Spirit, and it's super greedy play for Storm Spirit to be that far out.
God, they stack everything on top of the Storm Spirit to pick him off. But that was really good stuff from RRQ, not taking any chances, just taking up that Storm Spirit the moment they could. And also wanted to say that was very nice. That was a very nice vacuum timing on the Darkseer as well to cancel out the Spirit Breaker charge. That was just beautiful play.
That's the small amount of kind of pseudo CC being relevant there for RRQ. Again, this line is going to be an all-star player for them. Oh, they found Panda actually relocate in. Morphling's going to arrive. And he is going to get the kill with the wave for him. Clinks cannot escape that. Ice Ball would have connected otherwise, so he was dead either way. But the fact that Miracle is getting these kills, man, he is sitting on a lot of agility right now with 170 a pop and with not a bad health pool as well. This Morphling is going to be a terror. He's on top of the net worth chart. The rest of his team, however, not really keeping up. With more time, they should catch back up with the Midases, but Boo Boo with his Blink Dagger is the biggest threat that First Departure have to deal with, and I don't know if they're really prepared for it.
I think they should be okay as long as they manage to scout it out before it actually gets used. If they can scout it out, then at least they're going to be able to prepare for it. Otherwise, when a team fight happens and the Blink Dagger does come online, we'll see how First Departure reacts when it's there, because they're probably going to be able to get it onto Miracle. Miracle's backing up though, and looks like they're not going to be able to spot it out with Koala. He will try and tail the Morphling, but everyone else on the side of RRQ, they're just back in the jungle, they're still farming. 2 on the Queen of Pain, still running around with the Aegis. I'm very surprised that they haven't decided to go aggressive with the Queen of Pain. This is pretty much wasted the Aegis. I would have liked them to at least try and go for a team fight and try and make use of the Aegis at least, but no, apparently not.
Yeah, like team fighting for RRQ is kind of strong, but also more, I think, more so on the weaker end. They do have the Sonic Wave, which is Aghanim'd. It's nice and everything, but when you have a Clinks and a Bounty Hunter, you really want to take small-scale fights. They don't have a massive AoE tool like a Ravage, or, I mean, they only have a Spike as the real stun, so they won't be able to really lock down the FD heroes. And FD, they're okay with keeping this spread-out style because they have heroes with so much mobility. So it's kind of like both sides want to do the same thing, which is stay spread out, stay as small squads, except First Departure can do it better. So they're getting a lot of space to recover with the Storm Spirit. He is a little bit behind the Queen of Pain, granted, but not really by a ton. And the 2 Midases taking away are going to get the Spirit Breaker and the Ancient Apparition, well, at least AA eventually towards his level 11, which is actually pretty close, and towards the Aghanim Scepter as well. So RRQ really need to force the issue. They just need to be more aggressive with their heroes, and they're going to blink forward, find Achin right now. They have the blink used already. They have the spike as well as the Sonic Wave. Relocate out short. They still want to fight this, actually. Going to go straight for Boo Boo. Pull back onto 2. Finger of Death being deployed onto Achin. Still surviving with the Bloodstone. Is pretty tanky. He'll be just fine after taking down that Lion kill. Spirit Breaker is going to fall back with the rest of the team. Io's going to rejoin to the north. Will get picked off by Panda, just a couple of shots, but now here comes Miracle. They see the Queen of Pain, but she still has the Aegis. Don't really want to go for her. It's a 1-for-1. I believe there was a track on that Io, although I'm not certain.
I don't think there was, honestly. I think there was only on Achin on the Storm Spirit. That was the only track I saw in the team fight anyway, so no extra gold, I presume, going in the way of RRQ, but still it's a support for a support at least. Relatively even. You could probably say it was better for RRQ. No, never mind, sorry. It was better for First Departure because that Lion had the Blink Dagger as well. Oh my goodness, I'm getting some of the player net worths wrong for some reason. Can't read. AA
illusion. So dead. Miracle suddenly is that illusion. He doesn't have any true sight, unfortunately, so going for Bounty Hunter not going to happen. But that's a nasty surprise for RRQ. Here comes the Ice Ball, which is going to connect onto no one. Not even going to apply the chilling effect to the Bounty Hunter. That's a little bit unfortunate, but still, Miracle is such a farmed hero at this stage, is not that much far ahead of the Clinks. And Clinks does have a BKB, so he will be anti-shotgun very shortly. But the shotgun, at the same time, is going to destroy the RRQ's health pools. Like, they're not that tanky right now. And Morphling with so much farm can very easily get some easy kills. Queen of Pain was going to blink out of there right before the relocate can come in. So, another relocate, not doing too much for Ponlo and Miracle.
Also remember with this
Achin,
late
Spike, Sonic Wave, this time will get the kill. Lots of damage there with level 2 Finger of Death now being picked up, and that's not much Storm Spirit can do about that, even though he has gone for a pretty tanky build health-wise.
Yeah, the E-Blade that's potentially going to be picked up by the Morphling, there's actually another good thing to work with that as well. You look at RRQ and they have very little magical damage to really go through the E-Blade, so once he's in the E-Blade form, the Clinks can't do anything to him. Yeah, I guess the Lion can finger him, but chances are that he's just going to blow up the Lion anyway. Lion is a core hero in RRQ's draft, and if you can get rid of him, that's going to be a lot of lockdown down for RRQ, so yeah, the E-Blade's going to be doing a lot of work for Miracle. He's going to avoid a lot of damage when he's in that Ghost form.
Yeah, usually it's just E-Blade because it does a lot of damage, but in this situation also prevents a lot of damage, so you get double value there. And oh, they actually have found Retardmon. They're tracking him right now with the charge. He's going to stumble over a sentry, and Storm Spirit is going to get this kill by himself. So Achin finally getting some revenge, going to get a Bloodstone charge as well. The charge is going to slide over, okay, not to Panda. It's going to go straight to the Creep Wave. I thought they might have seen the Clinks there, but Clinks is on the hunt right now. He's going to eat a creep, has another Skeleton Walk, was spotted, is their true sight. There is Dust on the Spirit Breaker, but he's not quite in range for that one. Now we have the shotgun up. He's going to go max into agility, which is usually going to put you at like less than 1,000 HP, but with the Scotty, it's not going to. And I don't want to do the math because it's too hard, but let's take a look at the heroes that are potentially in one-hit kill range or shotgun kill range. All of them, I think.
Hang on, I'll try and do the maths for you since I have a little bit of time on me right now.
Alright, you do math.
I'll do math.
Well, Lion for sure is going to fall. Darkseer has Guardian Greaves, so there's a chance he gets that off mid-combo as soon as the Ethereal Blade lands. Now that Clinks has a BKB, he also has a defensive tool, so Clinks and Darkseer might be off the table. Queen of Pain actually has 1,500 HP, so she's rather tanky. So the shotgun targets aren't as plentiful as I really thought, but still it's going to do a lot of damage, and you don't need the shotgun to instantly kill people, you just need it to mostly kill people. And we'll see Miracle, he's on the hunt. He's going to run into an invisible Clinks right now. Doesn't know that it's spotted, but he sees Retardmon. Oh, there's a charge. They know exactly where he is. Waveform forward. Dust. Ethereal Blade. Adaptive Strike. No, Nether Strike. Nothing. Okay, well, they'll just back off right now, but here comes Boo Boo. Go for the Finger Death immediately onto Miracle. There's a Sonic Wave on Miracle as well. Can't even get the relocate out, and now here comes the follow-up onto the Spirit Breaker. They're going to track him up, bring him down, tracks also onto Achin. They'll drop the Storm Spirit really low. Not quite dead yet. He can get very far away with the Ball Lightning. They don't have enough to kill him off. But the Morphling going super, super deep, and it's again Boo Boo on the Lion, providing the CC, making the plays to actually kill off these FD heroes.
That was way too overconfident by first departure. They know they're ahead, but they're not that far ahead. So the fact that they gave away those 3 kills, they gave away 2.3k gold to RRQ, and that's a lot of gold for the Dire side. It's going to go towards some of those bigger items. So first departure got to be a little bit more careful, because if you compare their draft to RRQ, first departure's only late game, you could say, is pretty much all in that Morphling. Yeah, you could say Achin on the Storm Spirit's going to be giving us some late game potential as well, but look at his farm. He's going to try and steal the Aegis. Oh my god, he actually kills off the Darkseer. He will manage to snatch the Aegis as well. They lose the Clinks, and oh my god, that was coincidental.
He's going to jump forward with the relocate, just scouting for someone else. Is not going to find anyone. But Ice Blast connecting onto the entirety of RRQ, Achin burning the vast majority of his mana pool to get in there as well. And RRQ just did not see that one coming. I didn't see that one coming either. I thought with the Clinks' damage, with the Desolator, with the Strafe, with the Searing Arrows, would have been able to clear that one out and would have been home free. But no, the Storm Spirit making the big plays, gets the Aegis as well. Roshan should have died to the Dire. It did. But still, the Storm Spirit now has the Aegis, and that is not only a big asset for the Storm, but oh, they're going to jump forward for Boo Boo, catch him out. Some karmic justice for the Lion, but it's a nice item to have on the team, but Storm Spirit is the hero that you want to have with the Aegis. He can use it the best out of, I want to say, any hero in Dota. At least no other superior hero comes to mind. They're going to go straight up the high ground thereafter. Miracle is still doing a lot of damage with his 200 damage a pop, and with the Bounty Hunter the only one alive, they don't have anyone to fear just yet. Clink is going to respawn. But this is going to be a situation where Clinks is going to be at his worst. He doesn't really want to be in these large-scale fights. He needs to get to the back lines, to snipe Ponlo. But Miracle, oh, he's going to take the brunt of it. First of all, Sonic Wave can destroy Ponlo's health pool. Will survive at 12 HP. Now here comes the Ice Blast. Achin going to go straight for the Bounty Hunter. They'll try to lock him down with the Ice Blast. They'll take the kill, however, at the cost of the Spirit Breaker. Achin looking for more. Will back off after seeing the buyback from the Bounty. And everyone else should fall back at 2-for-1 so far. Achin still being chased down. Waveform though. Shotgun from the Morphling. One more shot is all he needs to kill off the Queen of Pain. Not going to get it actually. He's morphed a little bit into strength. They do see the Lion right now. Miracle still has enough damage to get these kills. And Achin going to pop right back up. Sees Boo Boo in the corner. Can't blink out in time. Morphling does jack the kill there with the Ethereal Blade. Now he's looking for another. Although it is the Clinks to grab the first kill on the Ancient Apparition. Achin still kicking very hard. They're going to chase forward for the Dark Seers. See Retardmon. They don't have any True Sight, however. So they can't get that kill. As now the Queen of Pain is going to look to reinitiate this fight. Miracle going to turn around and just duke it out. Dodges the Sonic Wave. Now he's going to kill off the Queen of Pain. Now trying to go for Retardmon, who doesn't have Invis right now. And he will get dropped by the Ethereal Blade. Ultra kill for Miracle. I don't know how intentional that was, man. But that was an insane waveform in. Getting the kill. Surviving through the Sonic Wave. And does he have an illusion up? He does. So he's going to rejuvenate in the fountain. And then rejoin the mid fight. He could even go for the rest of the Raxes just by himself.
That was phenomenal. Watching Miracle play Morphling, it's a work of art. I hate saying this about people. It's just, but he's so good on this Morphling. There's a reason why people ban Morphling and Nagasaki from Miracle, and it's because of this. So RRQ, they let the hero through, and this is what happens in Boo Boo. Well, that's a big Boo Boo.
Adaptive Strike, man, does so much damage up against that Lion. The reason why we're seeing First Departure now destroying the Raxes of RRQ is because for the past 3 or 4 fights, Achin has gotten on top of the line and it hasn't gone the other way around. Lion needs to be the one starting those fights every single time for RRQ. They need to lock down the Storm Spirit, but that hasn't happened, and that's going to be GG.
That was just... It was a good game. That was a pretty good game. So at the beginning, we had First Departure struggling for a little bit. They weren't really able to take all the aggression from RRQ for a little bit, but then First Departure, they got their footing, they got their farm, and then they just started to just steamroll over some of those RRQ heroes. So a little unfortunate there for the Indonesian squad, but still we have another game after this one, so they still have a chance to redeem themselves if they really would like to. Sorry. Oh my god, it's getting really hot here.
Don't worry about it. I'll just keep the regular screen up. First Departure, they had not the cleanest route. Like, it was the Morphling holding down a lot of the fort. The Spirit Breaker got a whole lot of kills as well, so he was super active. But RQ had a good showing, and with super fast Bounty Hunter level 6, you would normally expect to, at least get a little bit further into the game, but just having the lack of CC really cost them. If they had another hero with a stun, if Queen of Pain went for an Orchid, or if Clink got an Orchid, or hell, if anyone got an Orchid or a Sheepstick, then RQ would have been in a much better position to actually take those fights, but not being able to lock down the Morphling and Storm Spirit truly costed them. That's why we're going to be moving into Game 2, guys. First Departure take Game 1. We'll see if they can repeat their performance and close it out 2-0, knocking RRQ out. But for right now, I'm Mikelorus. I've been joined by Danelie. We'll both be right back for Game 2 in just a little bit, guys.